Happy Monday, y'all. Whew, we're back. Back in the saddle, or perhaps the computer chair again. How's everybody doing? Whew. Hey, it might help if I started my virtual camera so you could see me. But there we go. We got it rocking and rolling. Let's go ahead and get that TikTok chat activated. And we're good to go. Harpy, welcome in. Good to see you. Happy Monday. Hope you had a good weekend. Do anything fun? Do anything cool? I hope so. Good to see you, Harpy. Right off the bat. First one in. Alright, let's see if that chat's working. There it is. Alright. We're rocking and rolling, y'all. I'm pretty sure that's TikTok chat. YouTube chat, we're good. We got it figured. Ian, welcome in, my friend. Good to see you. Y'all, it's Monday. It is Monday again. What's that quote? Dread it, run from it. It arrives all the same. Monday. Ian, how have you been, my friend? It's good to see you. I know you've been tuning in. I think you've been busy with work, though, right? Good to have you, though. Thanks for stopping by. I was thinking we just get right into it today. I shouldn't. I don't want to shout out people that haven't chatted yet, but it was a fun username just joined. If they chat, we'll talk about it. But I don't want to call anybody out now. I know people. You know what? Sometimes it's okay just to lurk in the background. You don't need to get shouted out. Ian, you said work's been nuts. You're trying to squeeze in a couple test projects with Portal. Hey, okay, man. I hope that works out for you. They always need editors. Hey, also, Ian, actually, let me DM you another lead, real quick. There we go. Yeah, Ian, I highly recommend Brooke. Brooke's an awesome guy. I've had nothing but good experiences working with him. Bo on YouTube? Hello, my friend. Good to see you. Welcome in. Hope you had a good weekend. Y'all, if you did anything exciting this weekend, let me know. Tell me about it. I wanna live vicariously through you. If you didn't do anything exciting, you just relaxed all weekend, well, that sounds nice too. That also sounds good. Whatever you did, I hope you enjoyed it. But right now, I'm just excited about this cup of coffee, y'all. Simple pleasures. All right. Well, I was gonna y'all. Well, let's fix my timer real quick, cause oh wait, I might have fixed it last time. There we go. Okay, y'all. Hey, chat. I need some input from you guys. I guess we'll ask again when there's more people, but we got some folks here right now, so I want to talk with y'all about it. YouTube, TikTok, let me know what you like better. But when we do the writing sprints, typically the screen looks like this, right? We got explanation of what's going on. We got our timer. Blaze Gaming, welcome in, my friend. Happy Monday. If you had a good weekend, let me know. Tell me all the cool stuff you did, so I can be jealous. But no, y'all, technically when I'm doing a writing sprint, it looks like this. I was thinking, we kind of talked about it last week, I was thinking about changing it up a little bit so it might look more like this. It's got the cover of the book that I'm writing, and less text, and it's just more focused on the timer and the word count. Which, you know what, in hindsight, that word count needs to be moved because it's going to exceed its limits, I think. Let's see. If I just copy and paste some random nonsense words. Oh, no, it looks like it's going to be okay. And if we get up to 4 digits? Yeah, okay, never mind. Sorry, word counter's fine. Yeah, so what do you guys like better? Do you like this one? Or do you like the OG, the classic right here? Let me know. I'm kind of debating. I feel like this one's going to, like, show people. Greg, get out of here. Don't worry, I'll never get to 4 digits. Um, this one like shows off the cover more and is a little bit more engaging, perhaps. Um, but this one is maybe a little more chill, a little more casual. Harpy, you like the book cover? Okay, one vote for the book cover. Simp, you said, did you code and make it yourself? The word counter, no, it's just a screen capture from my writing document. Um, Nothing too complicated there. Gray, you also like the cover? Okay. I worry you can't see enough of what's going on in it, just by the nature of trying to fit it on there. But like, you can see a little bit. You can get the wizard and his vial, you know. The wizard and his vial. Hold on, I'm gonna adjust the lighting for a moment. I'm already pale as the driven snow. I don't need the rising sun reflecting off of me, making it look worse. All right, well, cool. Then I'll check it. I'll ask again later. But right now we got 2 votes for this scene over this scene. Good to know. Good to know. Blaze, 3 votes. You do like the book cover. All right, rock on, y'all. Thank you. I appreciate that. Oh, wait, 4. Bo, you said you like the new scene. It gives you a sense of what you're working on. All right, y'all. Well, that's pretty unanimous so far. Appreciate the input. Thank you. So I was thinking we jump into a writing sprint pretty early today, but before that, I haven't checked how the book's doing, y'all. I've not looked in on it over the weekend, so let's go ahead and grab it and see. Fit that in there, and let's go check some ranks, huh? It's been doing pretty well, guys. I really don't know what's going on. It's been holding over the weekend at its rank, and that doesn't make sense to me. So let's check the big one first. Audiobook's the one that's been doing well, which, by the way, guys, thank you for the 19 reviews. I appreciate that. That's pretty sick. You've now surpassed the Servant of Rage launch right away, right off the bat. As well as my previous launch before that, at least in terms of reviews, but also in terms of sales, for sure. Alright, so let's see where the audiobook's sitting. Alright, y'all. Hey, you can see it. We're at 5,011 overall on Audible, or on Amazon, for Audible books and originals, and we're at number 71 still for humorous fantasy. Y'all, that's nuts. We are not leaving that spot. We have been camped out there for a week now. It'll be a week tomorrow. Look at this nonsense. You go to the top 100 humorous fantasy books on Amazon, and you scroll down a lot because we're in the 70s. Come on. And there we are. That's nuts. I can only assume that means that the audiobook is continuing to move copies, y'all. I don't get direct data on that. That's coming through my audiobook publisher, so they'll report it to me every few days. So I need to talk with them and see where it's at, because I mean, I have to assume that's good. So thank you, y'all. Gray, we've been dancing around here with Terry Pratchett. His books are all up on this list, but I'm happy to say we are right in there in the mix, throwing elbows, bumping back and forth, with an author who hasn't written a new book in 10 years because he no longer exists on this planet, regrettably. All right, that's pretty sick, y'all. I mean, it feels like a precious little bubble, and I'm just like, I don't want to mess with it too much because I feel like I'm going to pop it. Let's see where the other editions are ranking. That's audiobook. That's the one that's been doing best. People have really been liking the audio. Paperback's probably doing the worst, so we'll check that next. Okay, not terrible. Number 94 in humorous fantasy. That's still impressive. 26,900 overall rank. So that's fine. Look, I'm happy about it. It's holding. And let's check Kindle. See where we're at. Kindle number 91 in humorous fantasy. Still sitting there, still in the top. Overall 24,000. Okay, so that's doing fine. The audiobook is still really where we're making money. making money. What I mean to say is doing half decent. Um, so yeah, we'll take that. Thank you very much, everybody. I really appreciate you buying copies and enjoying it and telling me about it. Ben, you said, should this be a book me and my wife would enjoy together? She likes romance, but I like comedy. Ben, there's no romance in it. There is a lot of comedy. If y'all like audiobooks, listen to the audiobook together. Soundbooth brought in their entire cast of narrators, and it's like a whole immersive audio experience. It's really good. I'm really astounded by what they created. If you like comedy, great, you're killing me in chat. I love it. Ben, if you like comedy, it's a good book for you. It's very Terry Pratchett-esque. I regret, despite Gray's request to kiss the goblin, there is no romance in it. All right, y'all. Well, that's yeah. If you enjoy it, we'll become cousins. Y'all stream, you are on that. When the stream started, we were the Knights of the Round Table, but apparently now we're all becoming cousins. Paul, you called it. You did, my friend. You said a romance in this world. A romance comedy. I mean, that would be cute. That would be fun. Maybe we'll do that one day. Who knows? All right, well, we're gonna do our writing sprint, but real quick, y'all, I'll just say before we go into it, if you don't know what's going on, we are celebrating the launch of Wriggly Little Hands, which came out last Tuesday, and y'all have took whatever English. How do we talk about it? You have taken my little goofy indie book and put it onto the charts on Amazon for going on a week now. That's honestly absurd. I don't know what's happening. I still don't believe it's true. Thank you, everybody, for real. Here it is. It's about goblins on a road trip to save the Dark Lord. They think they're evil, they try to do evil, and they end up doing good at every turn. And now, we're going to do a writing sprint in the free novella coming before it. A bright queen meet cute with Ollie, says Gray. Raffi, incredible. Just a scene right out of the book. I love it. Other name, welcome in. Good to see ya. Yeah, Ben, this is a novella that I am writing that we're going to put out. It'll be free to stream subscribers, newsletter subscribers, and Discord members. And it is a prequel story to Wriggly Little Hands. I don't think I have. Actually, hold on. Let me grab y'all the cover full on so you can actually see it cleanly without me sitting in front of it. Hold, please. And that's not the finished cover, by the way. That's just a color study that the here it is. I'm gonna size it nicely, but this is the work in progress cover that my cover artist has been working on. When I get updates, I share them with y'all. All right, so we're gonna put this here, and then we're gonna put it behind me, and behind that. There we go. Chat still covers our little goblin friend, but there we go. There's the cover. You can see it. Yeah, right. The chat's in the way. Here we go. We can turn it off for a second. There you go. I love the wizard's just like looking at the vial and he's like analyzing it, and the goblin's just just slamming it. I love it. I love their energy. Smoking Barrel Tavern, you're completing DCC. Hey, enjoy that, man. That's a killer series. Matt Dinneman's a great dude. Dungeon Crawler Carl is an incredible series. I hope you enjoy it. I don't know how you wouldn't, but I hope you enjoy it. Are you listening to the audiobook or the are you reading the paperbacks or ebooks, I suppose? What's your edition? Or format. It's actually format. What's your format? Audiobooks? Okay, Smoking. Well, my friend, then I have good news for you. If you're enjoying those, let's see, where is it at here? If you're enjoying the audiobook of Dungeon Crawler Carl, you might be happy to know that the audiobook of Wrigley also features Jeff Hayes right here, the narrator of Dungeon Crawler Carl. I did not know he was going to be on it, and Sound Booth Theater was just like, oh, by the way, we put the big dog on it, the name that launched the whole studio, that made DCC so popular in audio. And I was like, holy cow, y'all. Wow, thank you. Didn't know that was coming. So yeah, I hope you enjoy, and more Jeff Hayes content coming your way. All right. I said we were going to kick it off with a writing sprint, and that was 13 minutes ago. So y'all, who's ready for a writing sprint? We got our big old timer up on screen. We got that big fat goose egg of words written for the day. So, let's work on that. Y'all, if you're new here, you haven't done it before, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to press start on that timer, and I'm going to write for 5 minutes. I encourage y'all to write along with me if you want, or you can just hang out and enjoy the sounds of the keyboard. Maybe you got something you need to do. You got laundry, you're making breakfast. Maybe you're at work and you got some work tasks. Whatever it is, for the next 5 minutes, let's get a little productivity in. And in the meantime, if you got any questions about books, about the publishing industry, about writing, etc., please drop them in chat. And when that timer hits 0, I will be back to talk about them with you. But for now, y'all, if you're writing along with me, I wish you good luck. And Gray, you're probably going to win this writing sprint. But we're going to see what we can do here. There it goes, y'all. The time should... Nope, wait, I clicked the wrong timer. I have a new one. There we go. Time's ticking. So let's get to writing. Rafi, did I say good morning to you when you jumped in? I don't think I did. My friend, good morning. Welcome in. Did you do anything fun this weekend? Let me know. Let me be jealous. Clickety clack joined. Welcome in, my friend. Enjoy the sounds of clickety clack coming through here. All right, I got to do a time check. I've been flowing here and not thinking about it. 1 minute left. All right, y'all, sprint to the finish. 1 minute left. All right. Ooh, 30 seconds. I thought we were out. Never mind. Let's keep it going and get a few more sentences in here. All right, I think that's time. That is, I'm going to finish this sentence, so just give me 1 second. You can mark the official word count at 308 if you want, if you're competing, which I suspect author GD Penman in chat might be. There it is. Whew. That was exhausting. We started with a hardcore sprint there. Folks, if you were writing along with me, drop that word count. Let me know how it went for you. We ended up with 308 words before I extended my time an extra 20, 30 seconds and ended up at 345, so that was a fast one. Kind of doing some planning and whatnot in there. Paul, you were reading Wriggly Little Hands during that sprint. I love it. I know exactly where you are in the book. Did you enjoy that chapter heading? That chapter title? Millie, good morning. Welcome in. Good to see you again. I hope you had a good weekend. I guess it's good afternoon or evening where you are. Across the pond. By the way, I missed some comments earlier. Paul, you said the biggest problem with today's stream is I have to choose between this and reading Wriggly Little Hands. Well, I appreciate you being here, Paul, but you said you've been busy. You haven't had as much time as you would like to read. I feel that, dude. I feel that. Gray, 340, and you resent being beaten by trickery. It's okay, Gray. I will never legitimately beat you in a writing sprint. I recognize this fact. Look, you've got the age and the experience, and I've got the physical prowess. So when it comes to the face-to-face meeting, you better watch out. Sam, how you doing, my friend? Welcome in. He said this is such a good idea for getting out of writer's block. Yeah, that's the plan, Sam. Well, that kind of rhymes a little bit. Near slant rhyme. Plan, Sam. Yeah, we hang out, we talk about books and whatnot, but then I take your questions on writing or publishing, any stuff you got like that, and then we do writing sprints, and we go ahead and we put 5 minutes on the clock, and we all write or do anything productive we want to do. But the real focus of it is you don't have to write good words, right? We're just jumping in and just rolling with it, and it's a good time. So please feel free to join us. We'd love to have you. Rafi, oh, thank you for reminding me. I did see that while I was writing, and I wanted to talk about it. You said you didn't do much. You just found the ring to propose to your girlfriend. Yeah, I think that counts as a good weekend, my dude. Congratulations, Rafi. Dude, that's exciting. Are you nervous? I was nervous when I got it. I'm not good at keeping secrets either, so like, I'm sure she knew something was up the whole time I had that ring. You said you've been looking for a while, but a friend told you about a site that turns ashes into rings. Her lifelong dog passed a week ago. Seems perfect to me. One, that's absolutely tragic. Two, that is tragically beautiful, Rafi. Incredible job. I hope that it goes well. Best of luck. I think that's a great choice. I'm sorry about her dog. That's brutal. You're unfathomably nervous. Hey, just think on it and wait until something feels right. You know, just something special. It's the thought and the attention and putting care into it. That's what matters the most. Millie, you got to run. Well, thank you for stopping by. It was a pleasure to have you for a little while. I hope you enjoy the summer, and hope to see you again. Have a good one, my friend. Harpy, you said, do you have any advice for writing fight scenes? I've been stuck for a while. Harpy, my advice for fight scenes is they should always pull double or triple duty, which I know makes it sound harder to write. Focus on double duty off the bat, and basically the outcome of the fight should not just be one person physically triumphing. It should also be achieving some sort of goal, some sort of stakes that matter to the character. So when moving and focusing on the fight scene, as you move through it, focus on how those personal stakes can be achieved. And I think that'll give you additional meaning to the fight scene. Is there something more specific that you're stuck with? Because basically, it should be over when the character has achieved or failed to achieve the personal stakes that matter to them. Bo, you said, any ideas on what sort of content someone should post to start collecting an audience? And has going live helped reach more people than just posting TikToks? Bo, it's a good question. I am not the best person to answer it because I am bad at social media and also at marketing. I do the lives because, one, they help me get writing. But two, it is the most natural way that I've found to engage with people. I'm not good at social media. I don't enjoy social media, and I think it shows. I have to force myself to post on it. The lives are something I enjoy. I like being here with y'all, so it's a pseudo form of promotion that I just happen to enjoy, and I get to hang out with y'all, and we do some cool creative stuff together. So that's why I do the lives. I think they'll definitely help you get more reach. The trick is to not make them too promo-y. You gotta do fun stuff that you're interested in, the chat's interested in, that catches people's eye. It's a whole game, but if you enjoy it, it's a good thing to do, and it's a good thing to grind at. In terms of posting content to start collecting an audience, I mean, if we're talking books here, which I think we probably are, post about it. Post about your ideas for your book. Get people excited. Draw them into the world. Get them excited about it. It's really just a grind, and consistency is key. And the most important thing is it's not about finding a whole bunch of people. It's about finding the right people who are your audience. I don't remember the exact statistic, but I think that it's something like if you have 1,000 people that'll buy whatever you're selling when you release, your next book, you're golden. That's going to be enough to get you a good launch, a good start. So don't worry about finding 10,000 followers. Worry about finding 1,000 followers that deeply care about your content. So yeah, I guess that's what I would say. Also, don't create videos and posts. Document what you're already doing. If you're writing, document that process and post that stuff instead. Don't go out of your way to make more stuff. Anyway, I'll try to follow my own advice because I'm also bad at this. Paul says, quote, bad at social media, has 1,500 followers and an active Discord, and is currently top 100 on Amazon. Well, that's kind of you, Paul. Paul, I have been promoting books and my stuff on social media for over a decade now, and I have never had traction like this. It's all because of the live stream. It's all because of just being here with you all every day, and finding you awesome folks. Harpy says when chat bullies you into starting a Discord, do it. It makes the bond stronger. It does. It does. Speaking of, if anybody wants to join the Discord and hang out with this community outside of stream, links in chat. I guess really I'm pointing at chat on my screen. I should point there. Links in chat and in my bio. So feel free to check it out. All right, well, let's get another writing sprint fired up here in a minute. So let's go ahead and say 2-minute countdown. 2-minute countdown till then. So if you want to write with us, go ahead and get ready. Stretch those fingers. Get them warmed up. Get your keyboard ready. Pick up your pen, whatever it is. We're going to get there in a minute. In the meantime, I'm trying to think if there's anything I haven't shared with y'all from the weekend. Aside from, just the book ranking. Wriggly Little Hands is doing well. That's not it. That's not the right cover. There we go. I can't believe it's still hanging there, y'all. It's hanging in that top 100 for humorous fantasy audiobooks and books. I see the humorous fantasy book ranking is starting to slip. We're at like 91. They're getting ready to bump us out of the out of the top 100. But if we could make it till tomorrow, we've been there a week, and that's nuts. I've never done that before. I have to assume it's the audiobook doing well. Folks are liking it. It's honestly, y'all, check this out. I was really surprised. That's the wrong scene. Nope, that's the wrong scene. There we go. I was really surprised to see this. If we go to like Amazon, right? And we put in Wriggly Little Hands. I love that this is the second search result, by the way, and that's the third one. It makes me very happy that I see these when searching my book. No, so we got 19 reviews, right? Which, like, awesome. I appreciate that, y'all. Please, thank you very much for reading, but if you have read and haven't reviewed, please leave a review. It's super helpful. But what I was getting at is if we go to Audible, if I can type, and we look it up on Audible. Oh, you know what? I do have some news I can talk about in a moment here. Audible went from 0 ratings to 10 ratings, like, overnight. Y'all spiked the ratings there, so I appreciate people doing that. Thank you for reviewing there, but honestly, this I think is a lot of organic reviews coming in. That's folks that are just buying the book on Audible and doing their thing. So yeah, thank you guys. That's super cool. I suspect Audible might surpass the Amazon listing soon, so we'll see. Rich, good morning, my friend. How you doing, buddy? Hope you're doing well. Hope you had a good weekend. Some exciting stuff. Something fun. Let me know. AJ, you said you just got your copy of Servant of Rage. Should have Wriggly Little Hands soon. Where do I send proof for some stickers? Oh, AJ, just DM me. Just DM me that you got the paperbacks. Let me know that it was for Wrigley and for Servant of Rage, and I'll send you 2 book plates, so you can stick it in the front of both of those. You can DM me on Discord or TikTok, anywhere, wherever's best for you. Just shoot me your address and let me know what books you picked up. Y'all, if you don't know, I have a standing offer to the audience. If you pick up one of my paperbacks, shoot me a DM, and I will send you a signed book plate that you can stick in the front of your book and build your own signed copy. And just poured coffee down my shirt. Solid start. AJ, I wanted to say thank you very much for picking those up. You rock, my guy. I hope you enjoy them. Don't mind me just doing my best Asmongold impression here. That's mean. I shouldn't say that. That was mean. Yeah, Paul. I'll pull it up because I do have some news. Bo, by the way, you said thanks, Alex. Watching you build a community is definitely motivating. Well, thank you, my friend. I don't know what I'm doing, so if y'all can pull some value out of it, rock on. Paul, yes, I had news. Y'all, there is a site-wide Audible that is a tongue twister. There is a site-wide Audible sale going on right now. And I just learned, let me go ahead and log out so we can look at these prices without my account. Let's see if Wrigley's on sale, because some of my books are on incredibly steep sales on Audible right now. Let's see. No sale on Wrigley. That makes sense. It's too new. But if we go to like, y'all, this is a nutso deal. This is, I can't believe they did this. If you go to Warden, Nova Online, one of my early lit RPG, it's members only, Rich? Oh, okay, so I'll have to sign in to see it then. Okay, thank you, Rich. Maybe I shouldn't show you my login information. There we go. Okay, we're in. Y'all, Nova Online, if we look at my book covers here, it's bottom right corner. It's a lit RPG trilogy I wrote. It is sold as a digital box set, and it is on Audible right now. All 3 books, the entire trilogy, for $4. I feel undervalued. Look at that, y'all. That is 45 hours of audio listening for $4. What in the world? 87% off. So, if you wanted to get 3 of my books for $4, now's the time. There's Wardens on sale. Paul, I don't know. I gotta look into it more because I'm bad at author stuff, at that business stuff. I just want to write books. Sometimes when there's big sales, I still get paid full royalties. I still get. I can't check Wrigley, Paul, because I own a copy of it, so it won't show the price to me on this account. But I believe when there are some sales, I get paid full royalty even though the book is discounted. I don't know if this one works that way or not. What's the other one? I think I have 2 more of my books that are in this sale. Rise to Glory, my other lit RPG. Yeah, that one's also 87% off. So if you wanted another lit RPG, $3.26 for that audiobook. And Rich, you said if I hit gift, it'll show it? All right, cool. Thank you for having that knowledge. Let's see. All right, so we're going to hit gift, which is probably somewhere around here. More options. Gift. It's supposed to show me somewhere in here, Rich? More options than gift. I did that. You said check me out? Like, oh, okay, so I have to put an email in? Well, we'll just do that. Continue. Yeah, no, it looks like it's still full price, which makes sense. It means it launched last week. They wouldn't put it on sale. Okay, cool. But yeah, y'all, that's nuts. So if you wanted my audiobooks and you're an Audible member, go check them out. Because, oh, Rich, did it say it was $10.90? Oh, you're right, Rich. I'm so sorry. Rich, man, I'm glad that you can see my screen and I apparently don't. It is on sale. It's $10.98 right now. Okay, well, hey, y'all, that's ridiculous. You can get my newest book on Audible for $10.98, or you can get my entire trilogy for $4. So, I've been on this for too long, but that's cool. I saw that last night, so I'll be advertising that today. Infinite Night Books, thank you for following. Welcome in, my friend. Thank you for being here. You followed, and then it was The Raven said, I like you, you're cool. Well, thank you both. I appreciate y'all hopping in. Normally, I'm not just talking about my books on sale. That was just a weird thing I saw come up. All right, folks, we said 2-minute warning for starting the next writing sprint. So let's go ahead and get to it. If you're new here, if you're in for the first time, Raven, thank you for following. Appreciate you being here. I hope you had a good weekend. Happy Monday. Let's get this week started right. What we're going to do now, 5 minutes on the clock. I'm going to press play. I'm going to work on my prequel novella here, A Wriggly Little Assistant, which is going to be a free prequel to Wriggly Little Hands, which launched this last Tuesday and is charting on Amazon. That's blowing my mind, y'all. But I'm going to keep working on this. If you got something you want to write and you want to work on, please, by all means, in this 5 minutes, go ahead and get going with it. Maybe you just got dishes to do, whatever it is. For 5 minutes, we're going to be productive together. So y'all, I wish you luck. Timer's a-timing, so the keyboard needs to be clacking. All right, time check. 1 minute left. Okay, we have plenty of time. Y'all, if you're still sprinting, we got a whole minute left to add more words to that page. I wish you luck. And 30 seconds left. Feels like that timer's moving slow. There it is. Time's up. Y'all, thanks for writing along with me if you were. Drop that word count if you got it. I think mine's going to be pretty easy to calculate it. I started at 345 words, and I ended at 645, so I don't even know why I'm running the calculator here. That's a cool 300. Not bad. We'll take that. We'll take that on the sprint. GD Penman, what's your word count? I'm sure you beat me. Anybody else, if you were writing, please let me know. But, folks, this is also a Q&A chat. This is a writing and books and publishing informational stream. That makes it sound riveting, doesn't it? Now, let me know if you got any questions I can help you with. Maybe you're an author. Maybe you just like reading books. Whatever it is, we can talk about it. Paul, you said it's official. You want to read Roger Gar's book? Y'all, how can I pull this up? Let's see. We can see if we can get this. There's chapter headings in Wriggly Little Hands, and one of the characters in the story has written their own fan fiction, canonically, and here it is. So a lot of the chapters have titles, and this chapter's title is just the title of his book. So you can see it's a pretty big chapter title. And it is entitled, His Imperious Majesty the Dark Lord Sarusamal and the Humble Barkeep Rodrigar drown the world in shadow and sorrow, an aspirational fiction. So there is canonically fan fiction in this story, and I'm very happy about this. Just wait till you get to the second entry of it, Paul. Couldn't make the joke just once. You like the next one too, Paul? Let's see what that one is. I'm not sure what the next one is. I don't remember it off the top. Let's see. Is it like a Wriggly Little Test Subjects? Yeah. The art's really good for that one. It's all really good, but I particularly enjoy that one. Y'all, if you don't know, every Friday we make a fantasy map live on stream, and we have been doing it last 2 Fridays for my book Wriggly Little Hands, which just launched. Just launched last Tuesday, about goblins on a road trip to save the Dark Lord. And if you were wondering where the book takes place, well, we've been working on that. We've been making that map on stream. So this is the progress we have on it so far. And I really love how the swamp came out down here in the bottom, y'all. I think it looks great. We built that last week. We're working on the Caverns of Whispering Web. Here are our spider-infested underground highway. And we have also our legally distinct Mordor up here with a tower that is definitely not knockoff Barad-dûr. Barad-dûr? I don't know how to say it. I'm not good at Tolkien stuff. It looks cool when it's written, though. So yeah, make sure you're here Fridays, y'all, because we'll keep working on that map. It's going to be a good time. Always fun. My favorite stream of the week. As much as I enjoy writing, map making is just awesome. Always gets a big crowd for that. Yuck Yuck Lee, good morning, my friend. Welcome in. How was your weekend? What'd you do? Anything cool? Anything exciting? I've had some good answers so far. Well, let me know. Rich, you said you're taking a break from Lit RPG, and you're powering through some old Star Wars novels. That's cool, man. Which one? What's your favorite? What's your favorite old Star Wars novel? I've neglected reading any Star Wars novels, but I know there's so many good ones out there. Let me know, man. Give me my reading list there. Yuck yuck, this is a big writing week for me. I'm finished with my outline for my first book of my series. Hey, congratulations. Get that outline. Let's go. So you're diving into the actual physical, the clicking and the clacking, huh? Rock on. That's the best part. That's my favorite part. That's my favorite part is when you just sit down and you just get to write. Rock and roll. Well, we can get to a writing sprint pretty soon here for you. We can do that if that'll help. We've done a couple. We've done 2 so far today, but hey, we still got plenty of time left in stream. We're gonna do a few more. So if you want to join us, we'd be happy to have you. Rich, you said Legacy of the Force is my favorite of the Star Wars series. Focus on Luke's son Ben, Han, and Leia. All right. Oh, Luke, they're twins. Okay, gotcha. Okay, cool. I'll remember that. Thank you very much, my friend. I know that they're really good. I've heard so many good things about the Star Wars novels, and I mean, I think it's a hit and miss situation, but I've heard the good ones are good. I need to read them. Oh, something else I wanted to say, guys. I don't have a specific date just yet, but as you know, we did our in-person book fair. Boy, at the start of May. It was almost a month ago now. That was super cool. I got to meet folks, sell books in person. Very cool event. Had an incredible time. So I have signed up for another one. It's going to be in June. I don't remember the exact date off the top of my head. I need to make a graphic for it. So let's actually make a note about that so I can start advertising it. But basically, the long and short of it is, the last book fair was such a success. I will be at another one with stacks of books and see if y'all want to come sell me out of copies again, because you did last time. So it's gonna be fun. I'll update this graphic and get the actual information, but it's gonna be June in Houston, so that's gonna be a rough one. But I believe it's gonna be indoors this time, so that'll be very good. I'll be excited to meet anybody that wants to come out for that. Rich, you said the Thrawn trilogy is goated. That's where I recommend starting. Yes, okay, that's the one I've specifically heard a lot about, Rich. I hear it's very intelligent, it's clever, it's got good twists and turns. I've heard nothing but high praise for it, so we'll have to look into that. I appreciate the shout. Yuck Yuck, do you wanna get in on a writing sprint here? We can get some time on the clock and get some words on the page if that's what you want to do. You said it's a big writing week for you. I don't know if you're ready to write right at this moment, but if you are, well, fancy that. So am I. I made the coffee a little too sweet today. Too much sugar. You ready for it? All right. Let's get it. And my friend GD Penman, a fellow author, has dropped out of stream because they actually have work to do, which means they're not going to just crush me on word count for every sprint. Y'all, Gray writes so fast. I do 2,400 words a day. That's a good pace for me. Gray is pulling 5,000. They have a weird schedule, but they do 5,000 words a day for 2 days of the week, and then they do 10,000 words on the other day. Y'all, that's 40,000. No, that's 20,000 words a week. They're pulling, what was that, 80,000 words a month on average? It's nuts. They are so fast. And what's really more impressive than purely the speed of it is the consistency of it. to be able to churn out that many words, like when I push like that, my brain melts. Like I'm fully mentally like, you know, shut down if I write that much. Gray's doing it every single day. Well, not every day. 3 out of 5 working days, but still, that's insane. I pull what 2,400 times 5, so it's like 10,000 something words a week. Gray's pulling 20,000. It's nuts. Okay, so speaking of writing, the timer's there. Let's get it, y'all. Open to a blank page, uncap your pen, pull up your word processor, however you want to write. Let's do it. Timer's a timing, so let's get to typing. Jack Ann, welcome in, my friend. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for joining. AJ, Gray's been writing for many, many years now. Their quality's really consistent, frighteningly consistent, honestly. I think they were able to do that simply because they've been a professional author for like, I don't know, 15 years, probably. They're just so practiced at it that they're really talented. Their books sell a lot better than mine do, so I think the quality's there for sure. Oh, interesting, AJ. Yeah, it depends. And I should be writing here, but this is a fascinating question. AJ, the advice that I see often from authors right now is you need to have quantity at quality. So you basically, as many books as you can produce that are of a minimum level of quality for your readers. You don't want to just vomit words onto the page to get books out. There's an expected level of quality, but it's almost like, you're going to hit a 90% threshold of like, this is really a really good book. That last 10% is going to take you so long that it's often not worth it, because you're not crafting the next great American novel. You're crafting a fun story, at least in the indie game. You're crafting a fun story that you want your readers to enjoy, and then you got to get to the next one. So you don't work on it. You work on it up to a certain point in quality that makes it a good, entertaining book. But finessing those last few elements to really fine tune everything just is often not worth the time. Regrettably, I'd love to, make them perfect in every single way, but it's kind of like with all things. Don't let perfect get in the way of good. Hey, Musubi Media, thank you very much for following. I appreciate that. I am supposed to be writing, but there was a fascinating question, so I'm going to write with these last 2 minutes, 44 seconds. And thanks for joining in, folks. If you have questions about books, writing, publishing, all that good stuff, please drop it in chat, and I'll talk about it at the end of the writing sprint, or sometimes during the writing sprint. Yeah, Paul, for sure. Drop that question in chat. Krista, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you being here. Welcome in. How you doing this fine Monday? Hope you had a good weekend. Let's kick your week off right. All right, 1 minute left. Y'all, I appreciate all the questions and everything. I will get to that. I'll get to them. I'm very excited to talk about them here in 60 seconds. But if you're writing along with me in the meantime, hey, finish strong. Sprint to the end, y'all. I'll try if I stop making typos. All right, how's that time looking? There we go. Time sprint is over. Um, so y'all, let's see how we did. I don't know. I started at 645 words for that sprint. So lighter sprint that time. That's all right. Let's see. 160 words. I talked for half of the sprint, so not so bad. We'll take that. Yuck yuck. You got 120. Very good. Congratulations. Nice. I like it. Hopefully that kicked off your writing vibes today. Eam's property or Lamb's property, I can't tell if it's an I or a lowercase l, but welcome in. The counter is just a screen capture of my word counter on my Word document that I'm writing in. So it's just a really small little clipped part of my screen that shows the updating word count. All right, I saw a lot of good stuff in chat, so thank you, y'all. Let's get to them. Paul, you said you remembered a question that you had, which was it a relief when writing Wriggly Little Hands to get to ignore grammar during lots of dialogue, or was it hard to break those grammar rules? I'd say it was harder more than anything, Paul. Coming up with the Goblin's language. Y'all, if you don't know, Paul's asking about Wriggly Little Hands, my book that just launched last Tuesday. It's about goblins on a road trip to save the Dark Lord. And they think they're evil, and they try to do evil, but actually they're not that good at it. So they just end up, maybe sabotaging the forces of evil. It's a fun time. It's like a D&D session if no one put any points into intelligence, and the DM was taking a shot after every chapter. Paul, it was more difficult to break them and come up with the Goblin's language than not doing so. I kind of had to think about how they talk and then basically make up their own grammar rules to follow and then keep them in my head. The good news is it's a funny book, so I didn't have to keep it that rigid. There's a lot less pressure when you're writing comedy. Get off my lawn. You said the idea that as an author every prose needs to be some iconic piece of history is absurd. Yes, thank you. Get off my lawn, guy. I appreciate that. We're telling stories, man. Look, I proudly say that I am here to write popcorn fiction. Y'all, you look at the covers of my books here. I'm not writing great art. I am writing your summer action flick that you just go and you kill an afternoon in the AC watching a good fun story. That's my goal. I just want to write something that's fun and entertaining and takes you out of the world for a little bit. Other folks can write the next great American novel. I'm going to tell some funny jokes and write some goofy stories. Jack Ann, you said publishing in general is shifting towards quicker release standards, I think, with social media hype. Yeah, I can see that, particularly the indie side of things. Traditional publishing, I think, is slow as ever. They're brutally slow. But there's a lot of people in the process there, and they make generally higher quality books. But there's a lot of baggage that comes with that, Krista, you said, thank you, I'm doing great. Today's actually the start of my weekend. Krista, start of the weekend. Rock on. Well, congratulations. Welcome to the weekend. Krista in here with the best vibes of the day because it's it's Saturday morning for Krista. All the rest of us sitting here on Monday morning finding hope in the bottom of the coffee cup. Welcome in, Krista. It's glad to have you. Morgan, you said, are you using Postbox? Morgan, I don't know what that is. Let's Google it. Postbox. It's an email app, right? That's what came up first. Maybe it's something else. Okay, here we go. Postbox by Freewrite securely stores all of your writing in the cloud. No, I hadn't heard of that, but thank you. I do know of it now. I use Google Docs, so I am just writing in Google Drive, in my author drive here, in Wriggly Little Hands. That's the wrong screen, Alex. There we go. So yeah, just nice and simple. I write everything in Google Drive. Jack Ann, you said the Wriggly Little Hands pitch is reminiscent of Whose Line Is It Anyways, where everything is made up and the points don't matter. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. That's pretty accurate. It's just a silly little story. We're just having fun with it. Paul, you said, I think that vibe comes across most of the Far Wilds. I love the action mixed in with just enough humor to make it fun. Well, thank you, Paul. Y'all, Paul is talking about, hold please, this one, The Far Wild. It is my fantasy adventure thriller in the vein of like Jurassic Park. And it's a mixture of action, drama, and a fair bit of comedy. We gotta get some jokes in there. We gotta play around with egos, especially when our main character is the Empire's most beloved adventurer or its most successful con man. We leave that up for the reader to decide. Get off my lawn, guys, says I've been at work since 4 a.m., so weekends blur a bit. Oof, my dude, I'm sorry about that. I hope you, since 4 a.m., so, oh yeah, you just got an early start to it, right? So you're still probably maybe 2/3 of the way through your day. I hope you can finish soon, my dude. Get home, relax a bit. Morgan, you said I use Postbox and Sprint to do my editing, both offline and online. I get using Google Docs. I needed a typewriter to hit away from distractions. Morgan, hey! Typewriter Club, let's go. I haven't busted it out on stream recently, but yeah, I got one downstairs. I love working on it. Absolute joy. Do you know what model you have? What's your typewriter poison of choice? So, did you just finish chapter 35 in your own book, or were you reading Wrigley? Let me know. Well, folks, I did. Oh, you have a free write. Okay, rock on. Rock on. Yeah, those are pretty cool. I've never actually got one of those, but they look very cool. You're a little more with the modern times there, Morgan. My typewriter is a 1954. Quiet Deluxe. What's the manufacturer? I haven't thought about it in too long. I'm blanking on it. I don't remember at the moment. Sounds like I need to do a typewriter stream again pretty soon then. Thank you for the follow, Morgan. I appreciate that. Thanks for popping by. What do you write, by the way? I should have asked you that. Yeah, it's really cool to use a classic typewriter like that. The sounds are lovely. The main problem with it is the hammers hit so hard on the page that the typewriter shakes itself, and it will, like, as I type, slowly walk away from me on the table. So it's like, write a sentence, pull the typewriter back a little bit. Write another sentence, pull the typewriter back. We're experimenting with ways to keep it locked in place. Oh, yuck. They don't make typewriter ribbons for your typewriter. There are, if you can find a typewriter store, which I know is hard to find, you can convert the ribbon receiver, I suppose, to accept universal ribbons, and they sell universal ribbons really cheap. I was lucky enough that my typewriter, I bought it from a guy that restores them, so he had already converted it to accept universal ribbons. I think it's a relatively easy conversion. Look into that, because that can completely make it easy to use. I can get ribbons for like $2 now, as opposed to digging up them from 50 years ago. Oh, Sloyd, you're reading The Far Wild. Gotcha. Oh, you're pretty deep in there. You're on 35 then. You're well into the adventure. I hope you enjoy it. Let's see. Get off my lawn, guy says I write in notes on my phone most often. Wife recently put me onto Google Docs, but change is hard. Yeah, it is. It is. I think you'll like it though. Get off my lawn, guy. It's free. It'll sync between your computer, your phone, anything else you want to use with it. The reason I use it is because I write on my desktop here sometimes. I prefer to write on my MacBook, and then I like to be able to, author is my full-time job, so I'm frequently needing to look up things for my books or whatnot, and I might not be home, so I can just pull it up on my phone, and all my entire author drive is right there. So I really love that, especially because my MacBook and my PC don't like to talk to each other very well, and Google Docs syncs totally seamlessly between them, so I'm a big fan of it. And I used it professionally for many years before having to buy more space. Morgan, you said I'm writing an expansive fantasy epic, so nothing that I'll ever finish. Morgan's just in it for the love of the game. Hey, I respect that. That's the purest form of writing right there. You're just there to tell the stories and have fun with it, Morgan. Respect, my dude. I appreciate that. Well, thanks for joining us here. If you're free, Morgan, we're about to queue up another writing sprint, so I'm going to do 5 minutes of writing here. And everybody's welcome to write along with me if they want, and we'll get some words on page. Sloyd, you said it's been a blast so far. You're loving the far wild and the cryptid-esque creatures. Well, I appreciate that, dude. I had a lot of fun making them. I think you're referring to the Wendigars most specifically, I imagine. Um, I scared myself inventing that creature. I can't wait. I can't wait to bring it back in other books. They scare the crap out of me. Hey, Morgan, have a good one, my friend. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate you. Hope you have a good rest of your Monday. All right, y'all. Let's see. You want to do another writing sprint here? I'm 195 words away from my writing goal for the day, and we haven't. It's been a while since we've hit the word goal. I don't have it on this new screen. Well, we pop over to the old one. There we go. Got my word goal for the day that we're trying to hit. So let's go ahead and see if we can't get there on this sprint. I think we will. But folks, if you're new here, if you don't know how it works, what we're going to do is we're going to put 5 minutes on the clock. There it is. And we're going to write for that time. I'll be writing at least. You're welcome to do whatever you want. You can just enjoy the sounds of the keyboard. Or, hey, maybe you got something you want to work on. Maybe you're reading. Whatever it is. For the next 5 minutes, I encourage you to enjoy it. And I'm going to put some words into this book. Let's get going. Oh, wait, hold on. Delete those 3. We're starting at 805 words. I'll put it in chat so I remember. All right, let's get a time check here. 2 minutes left, y'all. 2 minutes for our last writing sprint of the day here. So if you're writing along with me, y'all make it good. Finish strong on this. Let's get there. Get Triggy, good morning, my friend. Happy Monday. How you doing? Thanks for stopping by. Typos galore, y'all. Typos galore. All right. I think that's probably time. 12 seconds. All right, that'll work. That'll work. We hit the word goal. And I want to talk to chat for a little bit. So, y'all, if you were writing along with me, hey, here we go. Last 3 seconds. I started at, 805 words. So let's see what we got on that sprint. 1059 minus 805. 254. We'll take it. We'll take it. Y'all, if you were writing along with me, let me know how it went for you. Triggy, you said, good so far. You're getting ready for your job. No want do, but bills want me to. I feel that. I feel that, my guy. Good on you, though. Good on you. Putting in the effort. I think there's a nobility that we don't talk enough about in getting up and doing something you don't want to do because it's got to be done. It's perhaps mundane and it's unsexy, but I don't know. I think there's a lot of power in intentionally romanticizing your day-to-day life as if it were, an adventure, a fantasy journey. It might not be, but you can still have fun with it. I think it helps. That's what I used to do a lot when I was working dishwashing jobs. I just had one job with it. You gotta find ways to make it interesting, And keep in mind that you are just at a point on a timeline. We're always improving, always moving forward. One day you'll look back on this and be like, I remember when I was doing that. I had to do that to get to here. Yeah, you could gamify it, Triggy. That works too. Make your life just a little more fun with it. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Hey, I hope it goes well for you today. I hope it flies by, because all that being said, Mondays are still Mondays, right? There's only so much you can do for that. Well, y'all, something I wanted to do today, if you've been hanging around, you might know about this. Wriggly Little Hands, my book that launched last week. It's about goblins on a road trip, getting up to shenanigans. It's a lot like a D&D session where no one put any points into until maybe I didn't put any points in. It's like a D&D session where no one put any points into intelligence, and the DM's taking a shot after every chapter. It's pretty silly, but y'all have been incredible. I am astounded by what you've done. Y'all have put this book. Hold on, we're gonna check this out real quick. Look what you guys have done to this book. We're going to click into the top 100 on Amazon for humorous fantasy, audiobooks and books. And we're going to scroll a little bit. We're going to scroll just a little bit here. But, y'all, are you kidding me? We're still there. We are almost a week out from launch, and you guys are keeping this book in the top 100. Look at the reviews on the books around me. This one's got 4,327 reviews, 8,733, 3,355, 11,004 reviews. Like, these books are making mad money, right? They are selling big time. And then here's my little dinky little indie fantasy that came out a week ago. It's got its 19 reviews sitting here on the chart with these books. That's nuts. That's because of y'all. I'm flattered and I'm astounded. So thank you guys. Seriously. If you haven't tried the audiobook of Wriggly Little Hands, please do. Highly recommend it. It's very good. And I'm not just saying that as the author. I am saying that as a fan of audiobooks who is astounded by the work the Sound Booth Theater has done on it. They really hit that out of the park. Looks like the ebook. Oh, hold on. Let's put it in the screen here. The ebook's doing pretty well, too. Still sitting in that top 100. And the paperback's always a little bit worse. Y'all, something else I shouted out earlier today that I didn't realize. Audible's having a huge sale for members. You can be an Audible member for free. And if you are, you get access to this sale. Wriggly Little Hands came out last week. It's typically $25 in audiobook form. Audible is selling it for $10.98 right now. So if y'all want a deal, yeah, there you go. That's more than half off on a book that launched last week. And check this one out, y'all. This is nuts. You know that I wrote a lit RPG series called the Nova Online Trilogy. Book one's called Warden. It is basically 11 audio hours, right? So if you wanted to get that, cool. Or we have the entire trilogy as a box set. It is 46 hours and 27 minutes of audiobook. Currently on sale for $4.25. Yo, that's actually criminal. $4.25 for 46 hours of audio content. That's insane. So Audible, I don't know what you're doing, but sell some books, I guess, at those prices. I certainly hope so. So that was kind of cool. I didn't know that was going to happen, but I'll be pushing that a little bit today because, look, I'm always a fan of getting y'all my books as cheaply as we can, and it don't get much cheaper than that. It really doesn't. So, oh, you know what? You know what, y'all? I didn't celebrate. I'm so sorry. Hold, please. We have not hit the word goal in a little while here, and look at me just moving right on past it, not celebrating. We gotta put the fireworks on screen. We hit the word goal. 1,059 words out of 1,000. We did it today. I'll take it. It's been a little while. We've been busy. We've been working on book launches and all that fun stuff. But y'all, we hit the word goal. Paul, you kind of missed the OG celebration screen. Hey, we're gonna pull it out again. You're talking about this one. Let's see. I'm not lined up anymore. It's been a while since I've used it. Or this one. Or do we want to give a speech? Do we want to do the Academy Award speech? Yeah, we'll bust those back out. You know, Paul, we've been in a long stretch of promotion because book launch. Gotta push that one. Oh, you've never seen the Academy Award screen? Hold on, let me get lined up here. It's a little bit disconcerting, I think, honestly. Sometimes it works a little too well. But yeah, we'll get back to those. I've been planning to use them. I just haven't. It hasn't felt right because, especially this one, which is my team celebrating winning the Stanley Cup. They just got knocked out of the playoffs, so it feels wrong to go to this screen too often. Yeah. Where was that? Tune. Tune with an S at the end. You said, what kind of books do I write? Thank you for asking. I write these. They are fantasy and lit RPG. The top row is fantasy. The bottom row is lit RPG. And that top middle one, Wriggly Little Hands, just launched last Tuesday. So if you like fantasy comedies about goblins on a road trip getting into shenanigans, well, feel free to check it out. It's a good time in my opinion. But if you got any questions about any of them, what they might be about, shout it out. I'll tell you. More than happy to. Paul, you said, wait, you launched a book? Yeah, you might not have heard. We launched a book, and you maniacs put it into the top 100 on Amazon, so that's kind of nuts for its primary category. Got to put that caveat in there, because it's in the top... It got it in the top 3,000 of Amazon overall, which is nice. But for its main category, humorous fantasy, it's been in the top 100 for going on a week now, and that's nuts. Thank you guys for that. That's absolutely insane. Yeah, for sure, Tune. We talk about that a lot around here. We do writing streams, we do fantasy map making, etc. But in the background to all of that, this is always a books, writing, publishing, industry shop talk, stream. So ask me any questions you have about those things, and I'm happy to talk to you about them. You said I'm more curious on the publishing side of things. How that process goes? Next steps after writing. Well, Toon, it depends on what route of publishing you want to take. Do you want to do self-publishing? Do you want to do small press publishing? Or do you want to do traditional publishing? 3 very different routes. 3 different answers, essentially. But I'm happy to speak to any of them. So let me know what you're thinking about, because that's kind of your first decision point, Jameson, welcome in, my friend. Thank you for the follow. You said Warden's a good series. Have you read it? That's awesome, dude. Thank you very much for that. That's going back. That series came out in 2018. I kind of got into the lit RPG game early with that series, and I feel like an old man now because there's been so many lit RPGs that have come out since, and I'm just like, hey, don't forget about Warden. Came out 7 years ago. JCCB, good morning, my friend. Happy Monday to you. Hope you're doing well. Hope your day goes by quickly. Get us a little closer to Friday. Mondays are, they're still Mondays, despite the good attitude. Jameson, I don't want to sell at you too much, but y'all, this is too insane not to mention. If you enjoy the Nova Online trilogy, Audible is having a members-only sale right now, which you can be an Audible member for free. The entire trilogy that Jameson was talking about is on sale for $4 right now on Amazon, or on Audible. So you can get 46 hours of audiobook content for $4.25. Audible, I'm not necessarily sure how I feel about that, but y'all, get it while it's there. Paul, you're heading off to get breakfast. Hey, have a good day, my guy. Thank you for being here. A pleasure as always. I hope your day goes well, and I'll catch you tomorrow, or the next day, or the next day after that. So-called Lexi, welcome in. You said, what's Asmongold doing? Oh, Asmonbald. Well, we have a tradition around here, Lexi. I have the Asmongold counter because I get that quite often. So thank you for pushing the Asmongold counter up to 35 references. I'm telling you, y'all, one day I'm just going to come on with a brown straight hair wig and just say nothing about it. It's going to happen. We're just going to have our Asmongold imitation stream. Where was it? Someone asked a question. Toon, there we go. And Lexi, thank you for following. Appreciate that. Toon, you said, let's say standard publishing. Not sure about any of the lingo. No worries. Lexi, it would be funny. I'm telling you, it would be great. I'm going to do it one day. Toon, you had asked about publishing. So I'll give you more of an overview then, because it sounds like you're at an early stage of it, which nothing wrong with that. Hey, you're in the right place. The 3 types of publishing, there's obviously more. There's more hybrid routes. The 3 main types are traditional publishing, self-publishing, and small press publishing, also called indie, and self-pub is called indie. Traditional publishing is the route you would think of that your book would appear in a bookstore. The way that works, it's what most people think about when they think about authors. You write your book, you edit it, and then what you do is you search up literary agents, and you query your book to literary agents. If you find a literary agent who likes your book and thinks it has potential to sell, they will make an offer to represent you. Once you accept that offer of representation, you would work with your literary agent to edit the book to make it more appropriate for the market, and you're going to basically work as a team with your literary agent to prepare the book to be submitted to publishers. The agent will then use their industry knowledge and contacts to know which editors at which publisher are better for it, and they will send your book strategically to publishers who have a higher chance of wanting to make an offer on it. The objective here is to get multiple publishers interested, trigger a bidding war, and then sell it to the publisher who wants to give you the most money. Once that's done, the publisher will put together a marketing and release plan, and basically the system's just going to wrap you up, and editors are going to go over the book. There's going to be a bunch of cover designers brought in. You're not going to have a lot of say in it. The final say will come down to the publisher and what they think will sell best. But the end result will be your book will be published widely, distributed to Barnes & Nobles. It'll be on shelves in bookstores, and hopefully it does well. And you show the publisher I'm a good investment, and they want more books for you. That's traditional publishing. Small press publishing is similar, except instead of querying your book to agents, you're going to query your book to small presses. A small press is just any company that is publishing books that is not one of the big six publishers like, Orbit Books or Penguin Random House, etc., etc. The small presses there's a lot of them out there. If you look at my books here for a moment, a lot of my books are through Portal Books, who are a small press. You'll see, if you look at Servant of Rage and look at the bottom left-hand corner, you'll see that little Portal Books logo. In fact, here, we'll make it bigger. Let's do it like this, if I can click. There we go. The Portal Books logo right there. Any of my books that have that were published through small press Portal Books. So that's going to be Servant of Rage, Rise to Glory, the Nova Online trilogy. So yeah, those of mine are small press. For small press, what you do is you would submit your book directly to the publisher. You skip the agent part and submit directly to the publisher. And then if they accept it, you would work with them to publish the book. You're probably not going to be in bookstores. It's going to be more online retailers. But that's fine. It's a different route, but it's totally fine. And you'd go that route. A word of caution here. If you go this route, never, never, never pay your publisher to acquire your book. That's what's called vanity press, vanity publishing, and there's a lot of companies out there that kind of prey on less knowledgeable beginning authors and say like, well, we'll take your book, but we're going to have to ask you for an upfront payment for marketing costs or something like that. Don't do that. It's not. It's some of them are more scams than others, but they're still not what you're looking for. They're generally acting in bad faith if they're asking you to pay to publish your book. Publishing is not a pay-to-play industry, not in that regard. The last option is indie publishing, which is what I have done for some of my books. If they don't have the Portal Books logo in the bottom left-hand corner, then I have self-published them. And for that, what you would do is, like my recent book, Wriggly Little Hands, you write the book. This launched last Tuesday, by the way. It's about goblins on a road trip to save the Dark Lord. It's like a D&D session where no one put any points into intelligence and the DM is taking a shot after every chapter. It just goes downhill and gets wilder and wilder. For self-publishing, like with this one, you write your book, then you basically handle every step of the editing process that I've mentioned before, but by yourself. You're going to hire your own editor. Lexi said like a normal D&D campaign. Yeah, that's fair. That's very fair. For self-publishing, you're going to write the book. You're going to hire your own editor. You're going to hire a cover artist. You're going to develop your own marketing strategy and release plan. You're going to pay someone, or I would advise format the book yourself. So there's 4 steps. There are programs to do that, which I can shout out. Atticus or Vellum are the 2 big ones. Atticus on Windows, Vellum for Mac. And then basically you're going to just execute on your launch plan and release the book however makes sense to you. Let's just use Wrigley as an example here. Let's see. For Wrigley, I released it on Amazon, as well as Wide with Ingram Spark, who is a paperback distributor. So I self-published it to Amazon, so you can buy the ebook or the paperback version through Amazon. And then what I did, this is my my industry insight for you, a little trick. I queried the audio rights to audio publishers, and Sound Booth Theater picked up the audiobook. They were very interested in it, and they paid me a nice advance for the audiobook. So when you're going self-publishing, you're fronting all of the costs for your book. But if you've got the finished manuscript and you think you got a good book, reach out to audio publishers. They have open submissions. You can submit your book to them and see if they are interested in publishing it. I did that with Sound Booth Theater. They were very interested in publishing it. They paid me in advance to acquire the audio rights. I turned around and used that advance to pay for my cover design, my editing, my marketing plan, sponsored ads with various creators, etc., etc. So for self-publishing, you're often fronting the money yourself. But if you can sell your audio rights, one, you're going to get an audiobook made out of it, and you can use that money to lessen the cost of publishing your own book. So there's my pro tip for you. It can really help you. Kyle. Coach Kyle, thank you very much for the popular vote and for the stream team and for being here, my guy. I saw you come in. I didn't shout you out when you did, but thank you very much for being here. JCCB, you said, in your experience, is it expensive to get your book edited? JCCB, I would expect to pay around $1,000 to have an editor copy edit a 100,000 word manuscript. That's about going rate. There are more expensive ones. There are more intro level editors who would charge less. So this is a spectrum, but I like to be around the $1,000 mark. That tells me that the editor knows what they're doing. They've been doing the job for a little while, but they're not so swamped with work and in demand that they're going to be charging, more than that, $1,500, $2,000. That's specifically for copy editing. There are different types of editing. A newer author might need developmental editing. Something like that. I've been doing this job since 2018, so I like to think that I'm good enough that I don't need developmental editing on all my books. I can just go with copy editing if I'm going to self-pub it. Abigail Lindhart, you said, cool tip, but I like the control of having my own audiobook with a narrator. Well, Abigail, one of the nice... I get that, totally. One of the nice things with Soundbooth was they bought the audio rights, but they fully consulted me on every step of who was going to be the narrators and who I wanted to. And when I've worked with Audible as well, they've done the same thing where I get to pick the narrator and they produce the book. So I still had control over who the narrator was. It just took the burden off of me of having to manage the production of the audiobook. I get to do the fun parts. I got to have the say in who was going to be the narrator, and then they went and did all the work. It was great. Abigail, you also said never skip a dev edit. I wouldn't agree with that. Obviously, do your process, do things how you want. But developmental editing is very valuable if you're not confident or you're just starting out. But I've written 15 books at this point, published 10 of them. I've gotten the process down. I don't think a dev edit's necessary at this point. But hey, you do your own process, whatever works for you. Jack Ann, you said Editorial Freelance Association website has a breakdown for industry standard pricing / expectations. Interesting. I am not aware of that website. I'm going to go take a look at it. I think that's a good website. Or it sounds like a good thing. Let me check into it after stream. Editorial Freelance Association. Rock on. Well, y'all, thank you for being here with me today. I appreciate it. Okay, hold on. Some more questions coming in. I'm trying to run away, but y'all got some good questions. At Vithan, you said good beta readers can help with developmental edits. It's very true. That's a good point. Something I should have mentioned is as you go through your publishing journey, you're going to find readers that are more engaged than average, that can read really fast, that like to provide feedback. Cherish those people and get them on your ARC reader list, advanced review copy or beta reader list. Beta readers perhaps get the book a little bit earlier than an ARC reader would, but there's a blurred line between the two categories. Basically, make sure you capture these readers onto a list, and most authors will give them a copy of their book for free. In exchange for them reading it quickly, giving feedback, any typos that they see, etc. Those are very valuable people, and they give good insight for your book that can help you out early on. Ian, you said the Editorial Freelance Association is pricing based on mainstream publishing. Indie / small press is about half of that. Okay, cool. Well, I'll look into that and see what's up. I've done some editing in my past. I know a lot of freelance editors. So I'll be interested to compare my mental Rolodex of rates against what they have on their website. Yes, at Vithan, you're absolutely correct. Finding reliable beta readers is difficult. A lot of folks will sign up, say they want to do it, and then just totally ghost you. Can't really worry about it too much. It just makes the ones that are good so much more valuable. Mad respect to them. I cherish my beta readers. They are invaluable to me. Absolutely huge for getting that early feedback. Well, y'all, I have to run. Talking about all this writing, I got some more writing to get to. So, hey, thank you very much for hanging out with me on stream today. Been a good time. I've had fun. I hope you have. Hope you learned a little bit. Hope we got some words written. If you don't know, folks, we are here every weekday at 7 a.m. Central Time, always doing something related. Some days we're doing writing sprints like we did today. We hit our word goal. On Fridays, we make fantasy maps live on stream. So please, by all means, join us for that one. That's always a good time. Sometimes we play some dice games. We roll dice to see what we're going to write each day. Then we roll more dice to get modifiers on that exercise. One last question here coming in from Rudy Kinney too. Hey, and before I answer it, thank you for the follow there at Vithin. Appreciate you. Thanks for stopping by. Rudy, you asked, so to publish a book, do you need the whole thing or parts so they can see what you have? You're gonna, if you're querying literary agents or submitting to publishers, you're gonna want to have the whole book done. Definitely have that. It doesn't have to be perfectly edited. It's expected that it will be edited to the best of your ability. But if you go with traditional publishing, they're going to bring in a multiple rounds of edits beyond that are going to clean it up even more. So you want to have the book done, and you want to have at least done one of your own editing passes to catch typos, clean things up, etc. But definitely have the book done before you start querying. Thank you for the question. I appreciate that. And please, hey, come back on a later stream if you got more questions. I'm always happy to answer them. That's a lot of what we do here. Hey, you're very welcome, my friend. Y'all, thank you for being here. Coach, have a great day. Thanks. Good to see you, my guy. Y'all, as always, immediately trips over what he says. A special thanks to Kevin MacLeod of Incompetech.com for the use of his songs Farm, Manor, Cottages, and Northern Glade, which provided our background music today. As well, an extra special thanks to community member Raffi the Engineer, who made our 5th background song, Midnight at the Round Table. Raffi, we appreciate you, buddy. Thank you very much. Y'all, if you've had fun on this stream today, please give me a follow so I can catch you on the next one. And we'll be back tomorrow at 7 a.m. Central Time, keeping the show going. So, folks, I hope to see you then. Thanks for tuning in. Y'all, have a great Monday. Let's rock and roll. Be good, folks.